This is kind of like mostly a video to myself. I don't really have a counselor anymore. I do, but he's all the way in Oklahoma. I just moved down to Texas. Just kind of like letting everything that's been in my brain out, and this is the only way I know how, because video editing has always been kind of a therapy of mine.
All you girls out there who think you're beautiful, you should watch this video.
I always have inspiration that'll like come in out of nowhere, and I'll be driving to work and I won't have a notepad or anything to write it down. So I mostly just text it to my partner. I'll be like, hey, I have this idea for a video, and then I never actually do it. So I had this idea to do this as I came home from school, going to college, going for biology. This is only the second time I've ever changed my degree plan. I was originally going to college for theater, and that got derailed by an idea to go to the Navy. And then I decided that the Navy wasn't something I wanted to do. Some things happened, and I decided that I wasn't okay to be there anymore. Now I am a civilian again, and I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do. This is kind of like the video I made when I was like 13 years old.
I have issues.
Where I was talking to myself about how I am losing my imagination.
I think I'm losing my imagination, guys. It's kind of deteriorating in my brain.
I've always been pretty self-aware of what's going on in myself. I try to be self-aware. I don't want to get too ahead of myself and say that like, I know what's going on. I was raised to not know what's going on. And if you think you know what's going on, then you definitely don't know what's going on. No, you don't know what you're talking about. Here I am, a different form of myself in a new chapter that I've started for myself. I'm very impulsive. I moved around a lot as a child. I think it's deeply rooted. It also makes me adaptable. So after the Navy, I went back to college. And instead of theater, I decided to go for biology. But at first I was like, should I be a dentist? Like, let's think logically, what should I do? And now I'm thinking logically, like, have I wasted a lot of time on just trying to get an associate's degree? I was so good in high school. Okay, I wasn't a straight A student, but I was a decent student. I kept up with everything, and I had a job, and I was in track, and I was in swim, and I was in band at one point, but I quit that to join theater. I was in theater. Theater was my life. That was my therapy. My second mother was basically my theater teacher in high school. She was amazing. She still is. But I feel like I have definitely grown into a different version of myself that I'm not very fond of. In this moment, I don't feel like I am keeping up with everything like I did in high school. Something is off. When I first started college, I became depressed. Freshman, we all get depressed because we're away from home. I was away from home, and I was in an apartment by myself with my kitties, of course. I was so used to the wonderful chaos.
Guys,
do West Side if you do this.
Stop throwing up gang signs.
In my home with my family. I adapted, but not as well as I needed to at the time. I always relied on some kind of relationship, whether it be friendship or a serious relationship. Maybe because I was afraid of being alone. I know it kind of runs in the family. And then I decided that I needed a roommate. So I moved in with two girls that I barely knew, that we were in a class together. So we got a rent house, everything was cool. Life took a turn. Life took a big turn. But none of that matters anymore because I am here and I'm trying to figure out why I can't keep up with school, work, personal life. After class, I come straight home and I go to bed instead of doing homework at school, like getting it all done there and then coming home and then having my personal life before I go to work. I don't know why I just can't focus on the plan. Be organized. I guess organization was never my strong suit because in high school I was not organized, but I made it. I didn't just slide by. I like did the thing. But now I'm just sliding by. And I realize that I have a very limited amount of time to get my associates. Now I'm like, oh, should I just change it to general education? I don't really know what I want to be. And I don't know if I want to be a mom, because if I'm not organized and keeping up with everything now, how would I be a mom? I'm sure something would click and change, and then I'd be a completely different version of myself. Again, of course, biology. I want to be able to take charge. And I don't know, I'm just struggling. Even with simple things like sleep procrastination. I'm like, oh man, if I go to sleep now, it's tomorrow. Nobody wants that. All I want to do is sleep. Is it depression? I'm very happy in my situation. I moved in with my partner. We have a house together. We're very transparent with one another. There's healthy communication. We have a dog and a cat, and I love them. Why am I more motivated to just make a video talking to myself than I am to get my homework done and eat food? When I first started Journey, the beginning, I'm keeping up with everything and I have a good routine. I feel great about myself because I can do it. The one moment that I'm like, I can relax, it's like I need more and more and more of that every single day, and then it just starts escalating to laziness. I just gave a speech about my procrastination in my speech class. I mean, I'm still going to class and stuff and getting my homework done. It's just last minute and stressful, and I'm very anxious all the time. I am anxious whenever I drive up to work, and it reminds me of when I was in the military. Whenever I would drive up to that ship, I would vomit with anxiety, and then that was whenever I knew I couldn't be there anymore because it wasn't healthy. But I don't know what's causing this. I just want to be home, but then whenever I'm home, I'm asleep. I love sleep, but I also feel guilty for not being alive because I feel like I'm just wasting away. I'm not wasting away when my partner's here, but I'm not codependent upon him. Okay, maybe there's a little bit of codependency, but like a healthy amount of codependency. I just wanted to clear the air with myself and see what's going on and to make a really fun presentation about it.